welcome. I am Anouk and this flow focuses on longer holds with minimal talking to let you go deep into yourself. And having that said, we start with a short meditation to settle in before practice starts. Come sit comfortably on the floor, closing your eyes, placing your hands on your knees, palms down to feel grounded. So focusing on deep, slow breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And anytime you notice yourself wandering, you can practice saying, I am here, now. And I invite you to become a total observer during this practice, without any judgment about yourself, your practice, and anything that is out of your control. The only one that matters today and in this moment is yourself. The only one you should focus on is yourself. So I hope you can allow yourself this gift and this headspace. Allowing yourself to be fully present in your body, embracing the nurturing energy of the earth. And from here, transition onto all fours, knees under the hips, and hands under the shoulders for our cat-cow. So for cow, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and your tailbone towards the sky. And for cat, you exhale, you round your spine, tucking your tailbone and pressing your hands firmly into the mat. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, rounding your spine. And you'll be repeating this for around 3 minutes. And then we will hold each position for 1 minute. And then deeply feeling the movement of the spine. And I will mention when it's time so you can completely focus on the movement. And again, if your body wants to move in a different way, go for it. And then on your next inhale, we hold our cow pose for 1 minute, dropping the belly and lifting the chest and the tailbone towards the sky. And see if it's comfortable to have your eyes closed or gently open. And take your last breath. And then move into cat, rounding your spine and tucking your tailbone and pressing your hands into the mat. And we hold for 1 minute. And from here, sit back on your heels with your knees wide and resting your forehead on the mat or on a block. And stretching your arms by your side and tuning into your body, tuning into your breath. And let your thoughts fly by without getting attached to the stories. And feel your feelings. Don't think your feelings. We hold for 3 minutes, feeling the connection between your forehead and the earth, and allowing yourself to release into the ground with each exhale, maybe melting a bit deeper into the pose. And from here, come back onto all fours for a low lunge with a hold of 5 minutes on each side so you can really melt into the pose. So from all fours, step your right foot forward into a low lunge with your left knee on the mat, and you can place something underneath to make it a bit more softer on the knee if that's comfortable. And placing your hands on the mat or on blocks and surrender into the pose. It's a deep hip and groin opener that really gets into the joint. And with each breath, imagine drawing energy up from the earth through your back leg and out of your head into space. And take your last breath. And to come out, come and lean on your hands again if you're down. And come back into all fours. Maybe making a few hip circles before moving on to the other side. So breathe in, bring your left leg forward. And breathe out. Either rest on your hands, on the ground, or on a block. Or if you feel the space today, you can come onto your elbows and relax your head. And focus on your breath for 5 minutes. And to come out, come back into all fours and make a few hip circles. Before we move in our next posture, pigeon pose, for 5 minutes on each side as well. So from all fours, bring your right knee forward and place it behind your right wrist, and extending your left leg straight back. And then giving a stretch on your outer hip without any discomfort in your knee. And if you feel sharp pain, please come into a child's pose. Slide your left leg back and point your toes. Your heel is pointing up towards the ceiling. And if your hip is too far from the floor, you can place a prop to make your hips more level. And slowly fold forward. And resting your forearms or forehead on the mat. Maybe placing a prop under your head if that feels comfortable. And this is a deep hip opening. So allowing your hips, releasing tension, and let gravity pull you gently towards the earth. And it's great for blood circulation in the pelvic area and can boost reproductive health. And if you're feeling stressed lately, see if you can fully surrender into this pose. And take your last 2 breaths. And then slowly, see if you can do it very mindfully. Come back into all fours. And then switching sides. So bringing your left knee forward and place it behind your left wrist. Extending your right leg back. And see if you need a prop on this side. And it can be different on this side, and that's very normal. Make any adjustments and then breathe in and relax towards the floor. Again, holding for 5 minutes. And if any thoughts come up or any discomfort, become that observer. Without getting attached to the stories, just observe. It's a great practice for off the mat to observe what comes up without getting attached to the stories that the mind wants to create. And take your last 2 breaths. And again, slowly and mindfully, if you are laying down, push yourself back onto your hands and in all fours. And from here, walk your knees towards your hands Cross your legs and come to sit on your bum and extend your legs straight in front of you for a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So maybe remove the flesh under your sit bones, and on an inhale, bring your hands above your head, and on your exhale, slowly fold over your legs, reaching for your feet, your shins, or your knees. And your legs can either be together or hip width apart. Again, you can use your prop here. We rest for 5 minutes, allowing your body to fold naturally, and maybe focus on feeling your spine lengthening and see if you can breathe through your spine. And as you hold, imagining your energy grounding through your sit bones into the earth. Take your last 2 breaths. And we move into inclined plane, Purvottanasana. So slowly and mindfully again, roll up and come sitting straight up with your legs in front of you, arms by your side, legs together, and then bringing your shoulders towards your ears, opening your chest and leaning back on your hands. Then breathe in, point your feet, lift your hips and open your chest more, dropping your head back, and we hold for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really well done. To come out, breathe in, look at your feet, and come down. Preparing for reclined bound angle pose. So come and lay on your back, bring the soles of your feet together, and let your knees fall open to the side. And if it's comfortable, you can use your props to support your knees. And then placing your hands either on your belly, your womb, your heart, wherever it feels comfortable for you today. And maybe you can feel your heart open and your hips relax. And see if you can visualize the earth rising up to support you, creating a deep sense of connection and grounding. And we're holding this posture for 5 minutes. And then slowly and gently bring your legs together and come to stand at the center of your mat with your feet about hip width apart. Taking a deep breath in and feeling yourself grounded through your feet and connected to the earth. And now step your feet wide as comfortable, but about 3 to 4 feet apart, keeping your toes slightly turned in and your heels pressed outward, and feeling the outer edges of your feet rooting down into the mat. Then placing your hands on your hips and lengthen your spine, reaching tall through the crown of your head. Engage your thighs, lifting your kneecaps slightly to activate the legs and protect the joints. And then on your next exhale, hinge at your hips, keeping the spine long as you begin to fold forward, maintaining a micro bend in the knees. And then bringing your hands to the floor, fingertips in line with your toes, or place them on blocks if the floor feels too far away. And then let your head hang heavy, releasing tension in the neck. Keep the breath smooth and steady, allowing your body to soften with each exhale. And we hold for 1 minute. If it feels comfortable, you can walk your hands back between your feet, bringing the crown of your head closer to the floor. But the goal is not to reach the floor, but to find length in the spine and openness in the legs. So listen to your body. And to come out, inhale and place your hands back on your hips. Brace your core. And then with a slight bend in your knees and with a flat back, slowly rise up, using the strength of your legs to lift you up. And taking your time. And once you're upright, heel toe your feet back together. Then we move into our last standing pose before our Savasana. So stand tall in mountain pose, feet together or slightly apart, and reaching your hands up in line with your forehead, looking in between your hands, and if it feels comfortable, closing your eyes. Take a moment to observe how you feel. Notice any shifts in your body or energy, and let yourself ground once again, fully present in the moment. We also hold this posture for 1 minute, harmonizing the right and left side of your body. And keep rooting down through your feet and lengthening through your hands, creating perfect opposition in the body. And take your last 2 breaths. And from here, we move into our Savasana, our last posture. So come and lay flat on your back, arms by your sides, palms are facing up, and let your body fully relax into the mats. Imagining your body sinking into the earth with each breath, feeling the support and the nurturing energy of the ground beneath you. So feel your feet heavy, sinking into the floor. And feel your ankles heavy and sinking into the floor. And feel your knees heavy and sinking into the floor. And feel your hips heavy and sinking into the floor. And feel your lower back heavy and sinking into the floor. And then feel your hands heavy and sinking into the floor. And feeling your shoulders heavy and sinking into the floor. And then feel your head heavy and sinking into the floor. And feel your brain heavy and sinking into the floor. And then feel your whole body heavy and sinking into the floor. And then gently bring some movement and some awareness back into your body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, maybe stretch. And then come to roll on one side and press yourself up with your eyes still closed for a short closing meditation. So return to a comfortable seated position, placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb, and taking a few deep grounding breaths. And as we close this practice today, taking a moment of honor for the connection between your body, your mind and soul and the earth. Feeling the energy you've cultivated flow through you, steady and calm. And know that this grounding force is always available to you, both on and off the mat. And know that this non-judgmental attitude is available to you, both on and off the mat. And with each breath, see if you can cultivate a feeling of gratitude for this time of reconnection to yourself, the others around you, to the earth, and your inner strength. And I hope you can carry this sense of balance and rootedness with you, trusting in your body's wisdom. Thank you for your practice. Flow with love and peace. Namaste.